He's done those with aplomb and earned one of the very, very highest GPAs of the class. He also helped to run and coordinate our student trip to Argentina this spring. No pressure again, Emma, but I think a lot of us are expecting you to become president of Argentina. We'll give him a few years. He's announcing today. Emma's going to go back and work in Argentinian politics, so we'll miss him there. But we will watch his star rise, won't we, over the next couple of years, and look forward to visiting you at the presidential palace at some point. So, Emma, why don't you come up? Now is your time. Yep.
Bravo! Bravo, Emanuel! Bravo!
Okay, I think I'm ready now. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome for the third time to the IPS class 2014 commencement ceremony. It's really extraordinary to see how many family members and loved ones were able to make it here today to celebrate with us. But instead of just saying it's extraordinary, I prefer to show off and really put my Standord degree to use. So my calculations told me that people travel here on average of 7.5 hours, with a standard deviation of 1.3 hours and a level of confidence of plus minus 0.65. Also, the p-value is minus to 0.005, 3 stars on 12. You have to be proud of that, we know that. Also, there is a positive correlation between flight length and love of 0.9, which is pretty high, but remember, correlation doesn't mean causation. At this moment, I'm finishing some really cool heat maps and a multivariate regression, so by the end of this speech, I will be able to tell you the statistical significance of flying here, putting up with this weather, and trying to understand my accent. Hopefully, I've made my point. We have learned a lot during the last 2 years at Stanford. But as a combination of Catherine Stoner and Matt would say, let's get serious. We can tell you later about this joke. Thank you to Catherine, Sarah, Jonathan, wherever you are, and Castagna for giving me the honor of speaking today. But I want to especially thank them on behalf of my class for helping us to walk through these 2 years at Stanford and for making of this an unforgettable experience. You have to trust me. They have a really hard job. These 4 people, they have to deal with our own egos, anxieties, expectations, and now that we are living, our depressions, since they met us 2 years ago. That's a lot. At the same time, I'm sure this is not surprising for them. Why? First, it's too hard to get in here. GRE, statements, funding, TOEFL for the international ones. But you made it. You got the admissions letter, you scream, you cry, you call your loved ones, and also the ones who will help you to pay for it. And everybody tells you how special you are, how unique you are, how top 1% you are. But then, you get here, first day at boot camp, and Ralph shares with you his proudly prepared peanut butter jelly sandwich. Sarah is perfectly dressed up, answering all the questions. Deidre impresses everyone with her diligence. Ron says that his favorite fruit is sushi. Nick smiles awkwardly. Chelsea Knight is the most serious person on earth, but the nicest, pretending that she understands what you are saying. Chelsea Brunner wakes everybody up at 8 a.m. in the morning. 8 a.m. I didn't learn that here. 8 a.m. with her screams. And Said and I have the most knowing smile ever, realizing that we both speak the same language. So, in other words, you get here and find this awesome group of people who want to change the world as you want, who have already excelled in their fields, who speak at least 3 different languages, who are as much of a nerd as you are. You immediately realize that you are just one more among all of them. So at that moment, precisely at that moment, you have to pick up the phone and call all those friends back home and ask them to give you an ego boost and remind you how good you are. I did it many times. And my God, did we need it? Because then came macroeconomics and statistics, and with them, bad grades, the destruction of egos, and the end of I'm always the first in my class. And here we are again, about to go back in the world, where we will once again be tempted to make everything about being first. But as we have learned here, that is not what it is about. The reason we are here is not to keep up with each other, but to keep up with our dreams. And believe me, these people, my classmates, they dream big. And as Chessie Brunner, Chessie for me, told me one day, after giving to our professor an apple, yes, she gave Catherine an apple, she said, we are very different, but we all have something in common. We all know how to get things done. And it's Standord, this place, this community, this spirit, that has been the catalyst for us to realize that we really can get it done. Standord is about human experiences that teach you about yourself and your classmates. It's about diversity, it's about dreams, it's about disruption, and it's about courage. It's about facing your own insecurities. It's about feeling that you know nothing, but having the determination to pick your battles, to learn the tools that you will need in the future. It's about meeting the most amazing people in the world. The ones who will call you because they noticed you were worried. The ones who will want to hang out with you to make you feel at home. Anything could happen here, anything. And it's true, you go to bed and you think that the sky is the limit. So now what? Now it's too hard to live? I know. This is total first world problem. And life is so hard for us and our dreams. It's true, no matter what happens, we have it pretty easy. But all of us, beneath the surface, have endured some struggle. And whether it's waiting in a long line for lunch surrounded by horrible business school students in Abaco, or getting trampled at one of the 100 strikes in Buenos Aires, or running to a bar to get Wi-Fi to send your Standord application, right, Sarah? It's our own struggle. I'm going to share with you today 3 short reflections that I think tell a little bit about my experience and my struggle before Standord and our collective experience during these 2 years. The first one is about dreams and persistence. I come from a country where dreaming is seen mostly as something stupid. Dreaming is for unambitious people. I come from a country where people believe that working hard is not enough. I come from a country where who your parents are usually determines your destiny. Here, on the other hand, we are lucky enough to trust in ourselves. At Standord, you are one email away from bringing to life whatever project, idea, pitch you have in your mind. And this is a new beginning with more tools and resources to master our dreams. To my classmates, keep daydreaming, keep putting words to feelings that you haven't experienced yet. We are so lucky to be the sole determiners of our own limits. Let's make sure we keep them at the minimum. I know I said earlier that Argentines are not big dreamers, and it's precisely because of the limits constantly imposed on them. And speaking of Argentina, and while I'm up here and have your full attention, I'm wearing this gown that makes me feel very powerful. I was thinking about taking advantage of this opportunity and announcing my self-nomination for President of Argentina, as Catherine said. But I know that's a little tacky, so I'm not going to do it. The second story reflection is about teamwork. Our first group projects were for Shonira and Andrea's classes. That's the moment when you start knowing who's who. The hyperactive Raf, the obsessive Chessie, the relaxed Joe. But teamwork wasn't confined to our classes. We had to do it again in Rwanda, while being spied on by the Kagame regime. But thank God we had Brian with us there. We had to do it when we were delayed for 2 days in Uganda. When we were celebrating Maya's birthday, where is Maya now? I don't know. But celebrating Maya's birthday, or cheering up each other with our practical presentations. Teamwork means many things here. It means going to Jessie Knight's house to kill a spider this big at 2 a.m. in the morning. It means Megan Moura holding Chase Brune's hands on a plane. She was crying like crazy. It means asking Chris to please stop using slang that I will never understand. It means Matt giving to you the shot of energy and optimism that you need to get there. It means Zaira sharing with you all she knows, but she doesn't remember about econometrics and statistics. It means babysitting Maya or Kaya, Sarah's pet. Teamwork here means really learning from those who are different from you. Teamwork means that we can make change happen, but we need other people to believe in that change to make it sustainable. The last story is about statistical errors. I came from a really small town named Rafael Obligado. So I can do this, just give me 1 second. I came from a small town named Rafael Obligado. By small it means 700 people. I went to a 50 people public high school in the middle of nowhere. My parents by then were Argentine middle class. Sorry. I will never be the president of Argentina. Sorry. I went to a 50 people public high school in the middle of nowhere. My parents by then were Argentine middle class. Neither of them went to college, but they still gave me the support and encouragement anyone could ever ask for. They performed a terrific act of parenting. So yes, some of us are statistical errors. Because of where we come from, our histories, the different struggles that we faced. We are nice stories now to share with our friends, to our loved ones and children. Others are not statistical errors here, but they are just ordinary, extraordinary people looking for the opportunity to help other people defy the odds and become statistical errors themselves. To my classmates, you are an extraordinary bunch of people dreaming big and getting things done. After today, we will have to continue on outside the gates of our beloved Standord, but our journey to make our own and others' dreams a reality would not stop. This is just the beginning. Thank you, Castania. Okay, guys, my regressions result just came back. I made a cool heat map. So, as you can see, the coefficients do not look good. But if there is any group of people that I know, that I trust can defy the odds, that's you. Go get it done. Muchas gracias.
Gives you a taste of some of the extraordinary people we have here in this class in particular. Thank you very much, Emma. I actually think Argentinians are very good with emotion, receiving emotion. So I'm optimistic. I'm not sure how easy it is to get citizenship. It'd be my third, so I could go. All right, well now is actually one of the